Hello everyone! Today we read about a mother that nobody would want to have. Please like and subscribe the video because I really want to get 5 more subscribers till the end of the week so I can hit 80 subscribers. I know it sounds minor, but for me it's a big deal. Anyway, the story is by Dew Garlic 479. My entitled mother is ruining my renting credit and I don't know what to do. Hi there, I'm in a pickle. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with my narcissistic mother. When I was 22, I was manipulated into signing a lease. I didn't want to. My mom hurt me mentally, emotionally, and financially growing up, so I have always been terrified of her. She has told me that she was going to unalive herself because of me. She told me that I was the reason that her and my younger brother wouldn't have anything to eat if I didn't do a grocery haul by foot before I went to my part-time job when I was 15. She'd take my phone but get me to call her at lunch from school so she could berate me and make me cry. She's done the same thing when I was at work. She put a bill in my name that she stopped paying and brought my credit down. It goes on. Back when I was 22, I had said no to signing the lease many times, but she started to blame me for her and my brother being homeless. She had bad credit, so she had to use mine. So I'm the only person on the lease in the amount of almost my entire net income when I was 22. When I was 25, I got the courage to say that I was moving out. She hopped on a plane and did not come back for over a year. She had also left my teenage brother with me at the time. When she was gone, she threatened to sue me if I didn't pay her bills, would get mad at me for not sending her money while she was abroad. She would blame COVID for her not to be back. But I knew she had found a boyfriend abroad. She finally came back and she would keep making excuses as to why we couldn't move. I am 28 now. I still live with her, but we haven't spoken in over a year. I scolded her for hurting my brother. She's physically hurtful too. She has threatened to unalive herself and ended up quitting her job. I still signed a new lease and I'm moving out next week. I have a few issues though. First, she got dogs that she doesn't take care of. I pay all of her bills, vet expenses, food, insurance, grooming, etc. She will forget to feed them for weeks. I've seen maggots in her bowls. I always feed them in the basement as a result. She is saying that she's going to keep the pets and cut me off. She told my brother this. I think I should take them. She registered them with the city years ago, but I don't know if she renewed the registration. It is required. The second issue is that she hopped on a plane and is not answering my emails, wanted to discuss the pets, bills, and damage to the house because of hers. She has also stopped paying her share of the bills. She stays on the main level of the house and I stay in the basement. I went upstairs to look at the condition of her food. It's so bad. Filthy. 4 broken doors because of being punched in light fixtures, missing nets, broken dryer lint sleeve. I've already bought the 250 part to fix the dryer. I fixed the light fixtures to the next of my ability, but she broke the switch too. But she isn't answering my emails asking her about these issues. I suspect that she will be back before I move out next week. She also thinks that I'll be here until the end of March. Any advice on how to deal with this? I cannot afford everything and I'm in shock at all of this. I hide for my safety in the basement. My landlord is a slumlord, so I am so anxious about how I'm going to be responsible for her damage and the issues with the house before we moved in. It is mold infested. Last year, she hurt my ex-stepdad's hand open and told him that she was going to call the cops on him and say that he was trying to harm her. He wasn't. She had him closed in a room and hurt him. She destroyed my brother's credit. She throws glasses at the wall. It's a lot. Oh my god, OP, I am so sorry that you're going through all of this. It's so sad. But I'm so glad that you are moving out and I really hope that you can go to legal aid or find a pro bono lawyer or anyone that could help you. Please go to police. Please take your brother and take the dogs because they need to be protected from that person. I really do wish you the best of luck. The story is by Cecile. What to do? I need some advice regarding a situation with my mom. I want to make it clear that I love her dearly and I don't want any hateful comments about her. After her divorce from her latest husband 2 years ago, my mom has been living with my older sister. Throughout her life, she has struggled with managing money and has only had a real job for about 5 years. The rest of the time, she has been involved in MLMs, her own businesses, and various side hustles. Unfortunately, she refuses to get a regular job because she believes they are beneath her. I must say, though, that she is an extremely hardworking person. I understand that my mom's behavior and financial struggles may stem from her difficult upbringing. She has endured hurtful relations with her parents, she was married off very, very early, and poverty. Also, in her culture, it is often expected to provide financial support to family members. Even since my mom moved in with my sister has had to cover most of the bills. Lately, it has become overwhelming for her. My mom contributes very little towards the expenses, leaving my sister struggling to make ends meet. She often has to ask for money or get her paycheck in advance just to manage. I do my best to help, but I live out of state, so my options are limited. However, the biggest issue here is that my mom seems oblivious to all of this. Instead of understanding my sister's stress and anxiety, she takes offense to it. She fails to grasp why my sister feels overwhelmed as they are able to pay the bills and my mom is contributing very little. My mom even uses religion as an excuse to make my sister the problem, suggesting that she should be grateful for being blessed by God so she can assist her mother. She urges my sister to be more positive and trusting, claiming that my mom will handle the bills as sure recovers from a difficult time in her work. Honestly, I don't believe my mom fully comprehends the problem. She seems to think that my sister is trying to rub it in her face that she's helping, or that my sister wants all the money back. However, my sister only wants my mom to take responsibility for her share of the bills and her financial situation. It left a bitter taste in my mouth when my mom mentioned that she sees me as her pension, even though I had always jokingly said it before. What should I do? I'll be traveling back home at the end of the month and plan to sit down and have a serious discussion with my mom so we can see eye to eye. Please don't suggest therapy. She refuses to go. Honestly, I am not surprised that your mom refuses to go to therapy. I really like this comment here, and I will read this one for you. You and your sister need to set boundaries with your mom. That's all what it boils down to. Remember that your sister is the one putting a roof over her head, not the other way around. Come up with a set amount that your mom needs to provide monthly to your sister for bills. Don't leave it as whatever she can, otherwise, it will continue being very little and she'll spend her time chasing her MLM of the months. If she gets upset, tell her the alternative is she can go and find her own living situation. Your sister shouldn't have to struggle mightily to make sure bills are paid. You don't have to be mean, just firm. She might not react well, but stay committed. Perhaps that's what she needs to seek out employment that actually compensates her. Father-in-law insisting husband finds him a place. My father-in-law and I do not have a great relationship. He has been completely overbearing since before I met him. For example, I didn't want to tell our first kid's name and he forced my husband, then boyfriend, to tell him. Also, I didn't want any visitors at the hospital, but he weaseled his way in there by guilt-tripping his son. And many, many other things throughout the years we've been together. Anyways, on to now. He can no longer live where he is, in another state, so he plans to move near us. Ugh. Not only that, he has told my husband to look for places for him. My husband has a hard time realizing his dad is being toxic. So I have to point these things out, and I told him that he has his own life and things to attend to. His dad can be an adult and find his own place. Father-in-law has plenty of time on his hands as a single man with no other kids. My husband proceeded to tell him that he can look himself and send things over if he wants. He then sends a place over and says, please go take a look at this place in the next few days. As if my husband can just stop what he's doing and go check out a place to live. We have busy lives and my husband has a stressful job, but my father-in-law didn't even ask. He just politely demanded that my husband go and take a look. His self-absorption infuriates me, and now he's going to be living within 20 minutes of us. I feel so bad for my husband because he's now realizing his dad is kind of toxic for things he does, and he doesn't know how to talk to him to get him to realize how entitled he is, and is scared to say the wrong thing to him because of how he's explosively reacted in the past, and I'm assuming in his childhood too. It's like he's completely oblivious to the fact that my husband has his own life and family to deal with. He just expects his son to be at his beck and call. What do you call a person like that? Does anybody suppose he's a narcissist? I just cannot stand it, and I shudder to think of the time me and my kids will have to spend with him. I think your husband maybe needs to see a back doctor because he really needs to grow a spine. Thank you for listening. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You can also watch this awesome video or this awesome playlist. See you next time!